Agooo, Agooo, Agooo. Nuapa, listen. Nananom say, you need to start looking at your moments a little bit differently. Because right now, you appreciate your moments, yes, that's fine. But you move through your moments with a lot on your mind. You move through your moments still in a state of thinking. Thinking. There's a lot of thinking. There's a lot of thinking, right? Imagine that you are living a life where you look at your moments like each moment was put there for a reason. Let me break that down. So imagine yourself driving down the highway, right? Driving down the highway, you're in a car, you're in a certain lane, regardless of however many lanes are there. You see certain things. You might be seeing trees, or you might be driving in the city, seeing buildings and things like that. Imagine that everything that you see is meant for you to see. Oof, let me say that again. Imagine that everything that you see in your moments, or you experience in your moment, feel in your moment, touch in your moment, is there for specific reason. Now, I mean, I think it's cliche that we hear a lot of people saying, everything is for a reason, everything happens for a reason. I want you to take that even deeper, a step further, that every tiny, minuscule thing that you see and feel and touch and whatever is meant to be there. Now, when you really realize that, you still think, because you have to think, to plan, to do things, but you begin to look at your moments differently. You begin to look at your moments inquisitively. You ask questions versus blame or reject or wanting something else or being in your mind all the time. If you look at every tiny second of your moment as it being there to show you something. Now let's dabble in some ancestral secrets, right? Let's dabble in some ancestral wisdom that says you have created all of this, right? Before you came here, you had put together all these timelines that are to have you experience things, right? Let's assume that you are on that wavelength, and you can see that, or kind of feel that, or even think, okay, sure, let's go with that, right? Imagine that that's true, right? If that's true, what is anything that you experience here to teach you? What is anything that you see supposed to communicate to you? Because apparently these are moments that you've put in front of you so that you could use them to express more of what you came here to gift the earth, right? And so your moments are now moments that you are using to interpret and guide you. So especially moments that charge you, the moments that bring you a lot of emotions. Now let's talk about emotions for a minute too. So you have your moments, and then you have your reactions to those moments, and your feelings to those moments, right? So those together can show you, can bring to you knowledge and wisdom that can help you see where you need to go. I realize that this might sound a little bit too much, or a little bit just ooh. And I'm trying as best as possible to get you to see what I see, to get you to see what Nananom are saying. That your moments and the feelings that you feel are all communicating something to you. that you need to pay attention to. Not you need to pay attention to as in, oh, that happened and whatever. No, you need to pay attention to it to inquisitively, to ask it questions. So for instance, if a moment got you to be really upset, you have to ask the right questions. You can't ask, oh, why did they do that? No, that's the wrong kind of question. The question is, hey, what is this moment? And how did it come about to make me feel this way? Right? And what was the feeling that I felt? How did it affect my body? And how did I deal with it? Or how am I dealing with it? Right? And what was that moment? And what was in it? And what did it come to teach me? Oof. Yes. So those are some questions that you want to ask yourself, and as you go through the moment. And so when you look at your moment this way, what happens is then, you hear those gurus who say things like, live in the moment, be in the moment. I want you to look at it practically. Like, why are you living in the moment? What does it matter? Why do you care? Why are you living in the moment when it's awesome? Especially you with a beautiful, busy brain. You are in your head. Inside your head is beautiful. I know. Trust me and ask me how I know. I know because you could be in your head all day, all week, all year, and you will be fine. But you are here to do something, okay? And that something requires you to pay attention to your moments. And once you start paying attention to your moments, you realize that your moments are more beautiful and they communicate so much, so freaking much, that you would wonder why in the world you haven't been paying attention to your moments, because every tiny thing in your moment teaches you something and tells you something and influences your creativity and everything. So that's the message that Nananom have for you is, we talk about, living in the moment. All you have is the moment. Well, you have more. You have the moment, you have your mind, you have all of these things. But I'm telling you, if you spend even half, and you're not spending half of your time in the moment. You're probably spending maybe, 80, 70%, like really in the moment, where you like soak into every detail of your moment. It's not 50%. You can take it up high. Ooh, and the higher it goes, the sweeter it gets. The higher your attention in your moment is, the sweeter and more beautiful and more content and all the things, because you see your moments just communicate to you. It just like bring you all the answers. It brings you the answer. It does. It brings you the answers. You're like all the things that you wonder about. It's like, here's the answer. Here's the answer. Here's the answer. And so you are able to live a life that has more Ahooto in it. You have more Ahooto, and you can move with ease and, smile more and play more and have more fun and be able to deal with things better, with more ease, and be able to see things that are bringing you more joy, right? Even the things that are a little hard to take. Because those emotions are also really strong. The emotions they're not playing. They're here to teach you, really teach. Like they shake you to your core. But that's a key. Like even when especially when they shake you to your core, that's when you really stop and say, hey, what is this? Like, what the heck what's this, huh? What is this? And ask it questions and let it teach you. What am I supposed to learn from all of this? From my heart erupting out in anger and frustration and whatever. And you see, once you go through that, you'll see that there's a calm and peace at the end of it. But don't take my word for it. Start today, pay a little bit more attention in your moments and ask yourself the question, what is this moment here for? What did I put it? If you're not at the point where you see your moments as something you have brought up and created, look at your moment as here to teach you something. Okay, that's a way that you can absorb. So with your logic mind, you can absorb. So look at your moments and everything. Don't let anything go. Everything. Even the toilet paper you see, okay? Every freaking thing. Okay. All right. This is the message that I have for you today. I'm Nanama. I'm the Ahooto Whisperer. I'm happy you're here. I put a link in the description. I invite you personally to join the awakening, the ancestral awakening. Okay? And I will see you next time in the next whisper. Medaase.